Hi everyone, welcome back to yet another episode of Plus One English class. With you, I'm K.N.A. Ansari. How is things going on? Everything is fine? If so, let us move to today's class. Think of your childhood days. The day when you started to take first step. Of course, the day you started to walk. Learn to walk. I know you won't remember those days because you are too young. Maybe 1 or 1.5 years old, or maybe even before. But you can see the same things or same occasion of your younger siblings. നിങ്ങളുടെ കൂടെപ്പിറപ്പുകൾ നടക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങിയ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പിച്ച വെക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങിയ സന്ദർഭം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഓർമ്മിച്ചെടുക്കാൻ കഴിയുമായിരിക്കും. How is it? How was it? Can you say? Yes, that is it. When the child starts to put a single step, the whole family feels joy. They will encourage him or her. It is a fact. But what happened next? After putting 1 or 2 steps, the child will fall down. Again, attempt to walk. Again, it will fall. But the child never ready to give up. And at last, he or she learns how to walk. And I, you, we, everyone, no doubt, whoever it is, wherever it is, this process is the same. Now, think of this situation again. What will happen if the child is not ready to attempt once again after his or her first fall? The child feels fears to walk. No one is there to encourage him or her. When the child started to take the first step, it is unbelievable. We can't think about such a thing. നടക്കാൻ പഠിക്കുമ്പോൾ ആദ്യ വീഴ്ചയിൽ തന്നെ ഇത് എനിക്ക് പറ്റുന്ന കാര്യമല്ല എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എന്ന് വിചാരിച്ച് പിന്മാറിയാൽ എങ്ങനെ ഇരിക്കും? പിന്നീട് ജീവിതത്തിൽ ആ കുട്ടി ഒരിക്കലെങ്കിലും നടക്കാൻ ശ്രമിക്കുമോ? ജീവിതത്തിൽ ആ കുട്ടി നടക്കാൻ പഠിക്കുമോ? No way! Here is a story of a young seagull who was afraid to make his first flight, fearing he may fall down to deep sea. Let us go through the story. Read along with me. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. His 2 brothers and his sister had already flown away the day before. He had been afraid to fly with them. Somehow, when he had taken a little run forward to the brink of the ledge and attempted to flap his wings, he became afraid. The great expanse of sea stretched down beneath, and it was such a long way down, miles down. He felt certain that his wings would never support him, so he bent his head and ran away back to the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. Even when each of his brothers and his little sister, whose wings were far shorter than his own, ran to the brink, flapped their wings, and flew away, he failed to muster up courage to take that plunge which appeared to him so desperate. His father and mother had come around calling to him shrilly, scolding him, threatening to let him starve on his ledge unless he flew away. But for the life of him, he could not move. Okay, what happened here? Young seagull was alone on his ledge or a narrow projection from a vertical surface. He was very afraid to fly. He has two brothers and one sister as siblings. They started flying and already flown away the day before. He too tried to fly. For that, he moved towards the ledge and attempted to flap his wings. But seeing the vast sea under him, he feels afraid to fly. He thought his wings could not support him. So he ran back to a little hole under the ledge and he slept there at night. നമ്മുടെ കഥാനായകൻ കൂടെപ്പിറപ്പുകളായ രണ്ട് സഹോദരന്മാരും ഏക സഹോദരിയും ഇല്ലാതെ ആ പാറയിടുക്കിൽ തനിച്ചായിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അവരെല്ലാം നേരത്തെ പറക്കാൻ പഠിച്ച് പറന്നുയർന്നു പോയിരുന്നു. പക്ഷേ ആ കൊച്ചു കടൽക്കാക്കയ്ക്ക് പറക്കാൻ പേടിയായിരുന്നു. താഴെയുള്ള വിശാലമായ കടലിൽ വീഴുമോ എന്നവൻ ഭയപ്പെട്ടു. തൻ്റെ ചിറകിന് ശക്തി കുറവാണെന്നും അവൻ ശങ്കിച്ചുപോയി. ഓരോ തവണ പറക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി ആ പാറയുടെ വക്കിലേക്ക് ഓടി വന്ന് ചിറകടിക്കും. പിന്നീട് ഭയം കൊണ്ട് ഉൾവലിയും. അന്ന് രാത്രി ഏകനായി ആ പാറയിടുക്കിലെ ഒരു വിടവിൽ അവൻ അന്തിയുറങ്ങി. Though he has larger wings than others, he did not have the courage to fly. His father and mother shouted at him, scolded him, and threatened to starve him. But he did not move. അവൻ്റെ കൂടപ്പിറപ്പുകൾക്ക് അവൻ്റെ അത്രയൊന്നും ചിറകിന് വലുപ്പമുണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല. പക്ഷേ അവർ പറന്നുപോയി. അവർ പറഞ്ഞു, ഇവന് പറക്കാൻ ഇപ്പോഴും പേടിയാണ്. മാതാപിതാക്കൾ അവനെ ഒച്ചവെക്കുകയും ശകാരിക്കുകയും എന്തിനേറെ പറയുന്നു, പട്ടിണി കിടത്തുമെന്നും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പട്ടിണിക്കിടുമെന്നുമൊക്കെ ഭീഷണിപ്പെടുത്തി നോക്കി. എന്നിട്ടും അവനൊരു കുലുക്കവുമില്ല. അവന് അനങ്ങിയതേയില്ല. Now what happened here? Let's see. Yes. That was 24 hours ago. Since then, nobody had come near him. The day before, all day long, he had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sister, perfecting them in the art of flight, teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for fish. He had, in fact, seen his older brother catch his first herring and devour it, standing on a rock, while his parents circled around raising a proud cackle, and all the morning the whole family had walked about on the big plateau midway down the opposite cliff, laughing at his cowardice. The sun was now ascending the sky, blazing warmly on his ledge that faced the south. He felt the heat because he had not eaten since the previous nightfall. Then he had found a dried piece of mackerel's tail at the far end of his ledge. Now there was not a single scrap of food left. He had searched every inch, rotting among the rough dirt-caked straw nest where he and his brothers and sister had been hatched. He even gnawed at the dried pieces of eggshell. It was like eating a part of himself. 24 hours passed. No food. Nobody came near him. He could see his parents training his brothers and sister the art of flight, taught them to skim the waves and to dive for fish. He saw his elder brother catching fish. At that time, both father and mother feels happy and circled around making a proud cackle. They laughed at the cowardice of the young seagull. ഭക്ഷണം കഴിച്ചിട്ട് 24 മണിക്കൂർ പിന്നിട്ടു. ആരും അവൻ്റെ അടുത്തേക്ക് വരുന്നില്ല. ഒരൽപ്പം ദൂരെ തൻ്റെ മാതാപിതാക്കൾ തൻ്റെ സഹോദരീ സഹോദരന്മാർക്ക് നന്നായി പറക്കാനും മീൻ പിടിക്കാനുമൊക്കെ പരിശീലിപ്പിച്ചു കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന കാഴ്ച അവൻ കണ്ടു. മൂത്ത സഹോദരൻ ഒരു മീൻ പിടിച്ചപ്പോൾ സന്തോഷത്തോടെ, അതിലേറെ അഭിമാനത്തോടെ അവർ അവന് ചുറ്റും വട്ടമിട്ട് പറന്നു. ആ രാവിലെ മുഴുവൻ അവർ അവിടെ പറന്നു നടന്നു. അവർ ഒരുമിച്ച് ഇളയ സഹോദരന്റെ ഭീരുത്വത്തെ കളിയാക്കിക്കൊണ്ടിരുന്നു. Son is now climbing. He feels very hot and also feels hungry. Since he has not eaten anything since yesterday night, he searched for food in that ledge or rock. He could find a dried piece of mackerel's tail, nothing more. He even tried to get something from the dried piece of eggshells from where he and his siblings were hatched. It was like eating a part of himself. സൂര്യൻ ഉദിച്ചുയർന്നു തുടങ്ങി. അതോടെ ചൂട് കൂടി വന്നു, ഒപ്പം വിശപ്പും. ആ പാറയുടെ മുകളിൽ അവൻ ഭക്ഷണത്തിനു വേണ്ടി അലഞ്ഞു തിരിഞ്ഞു നടന്നു. ഒരു അയില മത്സ്യത്തിന്റെ ഉണങ്ങിയ വാൽ അല്ലാതെ ഒന്നും അവിടെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല. അവസാനം അവനടക്കമുള്ളവർ വിരിഞ്ഞിറങ്ങിയ മുട്ടത്തോട് കൊത്തി തിന്നാൻ തുടങ്ങി. അത് അവനെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം അവൻ്റെ തന്നെ ഒരു ഭാഗം കഴിക്കുന്നത് പോലെയായിരുന്നു. Now, let's move on to the next paragraph. Please read on with me. He then trotted back and forth from one end of the ledge to the other, his long, grey legs stepping daintily, trying to find some means of reaching his parents without having to fly. But on each side of him, the ledge ended in a sheer fall of precipice with the sea beneath, and between him and his parents there was a deep, wide crack. Surely he could reach them without flying if he could only move northwards along the cliff face. But then, on what could he walk? There was no ledge, and he was not a fly, and above him he could see nothing. The precipice was sheer, and the top of it was, perhaps, farther away than the sea beneath him. Yes, that is it. What happened? Yes, he tried many ways to reach near to his parents without having fly. For that, he ran back and forth from one end to another. But each side ends in a sheer of precipice or very steep rock face with the sea beneath. Between him and his parents there was the deep, wide crack. He wanted to reach his parents by walking towards them. But it is not possible. Is it possible? Yes, no, because there is under there it is sea and they are on another rock. That's why. Okay, so it is not possible to reach there without flying. But it is not possible. The only way to reach them was to fly. But he is not ready to fly. പറക്കാതെ തൻ്റെ മാതാപിതാക്കളുടെ അടുത്ത് എത്താൻ അവൻ ആഗ്രഹിച്ചു. അവൻ ആ പാറപ്പുറത്തിലൂടെ 4 ഭാഗത്തേക്കും നടന്നു നോക്കി. പക്ഷേ എല്ലാ ഭാഗത്തും പാറ അവസാനിക്കുന്നത് ചെങ്കുത്തായിട്ടുള്ള പാറയിലെ തട്ടായിട്ടും അഗാധമായ കടലിലേക്കുമാണ്. പറക്കാതെ ഒരിക്കലും അവന് തൻ്റെ മാതാപിതാക്കളുടെ സമീപത്തെത്താൻ കഴിയില്ല. My dear students, will he fly? What will he do? Will his parents give him food? I know there are a number of questions and thoughts arises in your mind. I can read from your face that you are eager to know rest of the story. Am I right? Yes. Students, now go through the textbook once again and please read carefully. If you find anything difficult while reading, whatever it may be, do comment below. If you find difficult with new words, you can search the words in the glossary that is given in the end of the story, or else take a dictionary, or you may comment below. Now it is the time to say goodbye. Stay home, stay safe, and stay blessed. Bye for now.